Hi, welcome to Farm for Life, your source for off-grid living and homesteading. I'm your host, Kyle Roberts. This is a channel for a sustainable lifestyle for a healthier and happier you. We blend the beauty of traditional practices with a modern touch, hopefully guiding you towards self-reliance. And we want you to join us on this extraordinary journey as we explore time-tested farming methods, some sustainable living techniques, and the joy of strengthening our connection with the land. So in today's video, I've got an extraordinary story about a desert farmer who's been turning barren sand into lush, fertile soil. And he's doing this without relying on chemicals or fancy machinery. And the most incredible part is this farmer has been doing it for over 2 decades, all from the confines of a wheelchair. So I thought this would make a great inspirational story for the channel because this individual has had a lot of challenges, physical setbacks, and that did not stop them from attaining this realization, this dream. So I'm here to introduce you to a pioneer in the organic food movement, a maestro of transforming lifeless desert land into a thriving oasis of greenery. This remarkable individual resides where rain is scarce. Like I said, this is a desert landscape, um, definitely in the region of a rain shadow, and the temperatures can soar up to 40 degrees Celsius. But that doesn't deter them and their team from cultivating a diverse array of crops. So let me take you on a tour of this new farm project. It spans approximately 2.5 acres. And for the past 3 months, they've been working tirelessly without machines, opting for the productivity of manual labor. No tractors or tillers here, just good old-fashioned hard work. As we discuss our local organic market, um, one must reminisce about starting this journey many years ago and emphasizing the importance of local production and community talents. Now, as the story progresses, we are going to keep this farmer's name anonymous. They wanted that, and you do find that in this genre. Maybe with some research, you can find exactly who it is that I'm talking about. But this story and this background is all true, and so let's get into more about the local production, community talents, as it's not just about growing food, it's about fostering a connection within the community as well. Now, what sets our this farmer's methods apart is a combination of several factors. One is drip irrigation, which, if any of you are familiar with, is definitely suited for the dry, sandy climate. Um, it's a very useful way to make an efficient use of the amount of water that you do have. Um, it is You do have to be careful about the types of crops, of course, that you're trying to grow in a very arid or desert climate. But drip irrigation is suited very well with specific types of um, plants. So the organic pesticides like pyrethrum and neem, these need constant monitoring, and it helps avoid potential pest problems, and it maintains a healthy and diverse garden. Remember, the keywords are organic pesticides. Emphasizing the importance of diversity, I should say, avoid monocropping. And with around 80 different vegetables and herbs, there's minimal risk if one of the crops doesn't thrive. Nature, we believe, is all about balance, and that's precisely what they aim for in their fields. But the real magic lies in a technique that they learned from a fellow gardener. And this somewhat eccentric gardener's methods became a secret weapon, enabling this particular farmer to transform unfertile desert sand into highly productive soil. So let's get talking about the deep bed gardening method. You might have heard of raised beds, potting methods, etc., or even some hydroponics, but we're going to talk about the deep bed gardening method. It's a game changer in sustainable farming. Every 2 to 3 years, this person cultivates the bed over 2 feet deep, never walking on them to avoid compaction. That's very important. It's a continuous production system, ensuring that there's always something growing in those beds. So, what are some of the tools? What does this particular gardener, farmer, I should say, use? Just a gardening spade and a gardening pitchfork. No fancy machinery here, like we mentioned earlier. There's no real mechanical, I should say, gas-powered mechanical use. These tools help him dig and loosen the ground up to 2 feet deep on the top layer. Now remember, we are talking about the desert climate, so right, you're not going to be in type A or B soil, very hard rock or clay that you might be in some of the other areas of the United States. So being a desert, very sandy, type C class soil. On the top layer, they create a fine surface for planting. And to cultivate, they've modified a broad fork or pitchfork and adding machete blades for extra depth in this light sandy soil. And while shovels and forks and rakes are crucial for laying the groundwork, several other gardening tools play vital roles in converting the desert sand into flourishing fields. And so we're going to explain or explore a little bit more of this. So some of the soil builders. Compost spreader evenly distributes nutrient-rich compost, improving soil structure and water retention. Imagine nourishing your sandy soil with a blanket of dark, crumbly goodness. So manure forks incorporate manure into the soil, fostering beneficial microbes and adding valuable nutrients, and a rake levels the ground to clear debris and seamlessly integrate amendments like compost and manure, preparing a smooth canvas for your future garden. Some water warriors, obviously soaker hoses deliver water directly to the thirsty roots, minimizing evaporation and ensuring every drop counts in the arid environment. Picture long, porous hoses gently releasing life-giving water beneath the surface. Like we mentioned earlier, drip irrigation system, those can provide precise, targeted watering directly to plant roots, and that maximizes your water efficiency in this precious resource scarce environment, right? I'm talking deserts here. Imagine a network of tiny drippers delivering water exactly where it's needed. So as some of your plants, and you need to do your research, have a root structure that's maybe kind of shallow and it spreads out, or maybe they're very deep and right underneath the plant itself. Those types of root structures usually work well with a type of drip system. It ensures that every drop is going to be harvested by that root structure versus maybe a soaker hose for types of plants that might grow down and outward, spreading out their fingerling root structures, and so a soaker hose might work better for that type of structure. Do your research and know what types of plants you are, what type of farm plants you're planning on using. So let's get back here. Sorry. Sometimes I'll go off on a tangent, so please excuse me. Imagine a network of tiny drippers delivering exactly where the water is needed. And watering cans, of course, are perfect for nurturing individual plants or small areas, offering personalized touch of hydration. And you'll notice that. I mean, even all plants of a particular type, they're each still unique, right? And there's little caveats to how its root structure is doing underneath the surface of the soil. And so you'll see which ones need a little bit extra help here and there. So harvest helpers, pruning shears, obviously, keep your plants in tip-top shape by removing the dead growth. And this helps control the size as well and promote healthy development. A harvesting knife is essential for gathering the fruits of your labor with precision and ease. It also helps minimize damage to the plant. If you're able to get multiple harvests off of the plant in one season, you obviously don't want to be damaging the particular stalk or branches, right? And so a very nice sharp harvesting knife can help with that precision. A hand trowel is perfect for digging up the small plants and transplanting seedlings and tackling those persistent weeds with ease, which is a big one. Definitely want to handle any intrusive weeds in your arid climate, because the more and quickly absorbable your soil is, like Class C sandy soil, also means the easier it is for weeds to also take root, right? So that'll be a big one that you'll want to be able to handle. Specialized solutions. So broad forks or pitchforks gently break up compacted soil, and it also improves aeration. That's definitely important, and without disrupting the delicate topsoil layers, think of it as gently fluffing your soil for optimal root growth. The beds, these raised garden beds, built with logs and organic materials, create a mini ecosystem that boosts fertility and water retention. Imagine a self-sustaining mound teeming with life. Gray water systems capture and reuse household wastewater for irrigation and reducing water use and promoting sustainable practices. Every drop counts when you're in the arid climate, so even the ones from your shower. Uh, Gray water, composting, all of these help bring nitrogen-rich nutrients back to your soil. Remember, the specific tools that you'll need depend on your project size. So climate and your chosen plants, like we mentioned earlier, you still want to select the right type of plants, but with the right selection, you'll be well equipped to conquer the desert and witness the magic of transforming sand into a thriving oasis. Why all this fuss about soil structure? Well, modern agriculture often disturbs the delicate balance of life in the soil, and this method introduces air without flipping the soil, promoting drainage, aeration, and creating an ideal environment for plant roots. Transforming desert sand into fertile fields involves more than just adding nutrients or water. Healthy soil structure also plays a crucial, albeit often overlooked, role in creating this thriving ecosystem. So consider the scenario of heavy rain on desert sand as it quickly washes away, leaving the soil parched. A healthy soil structure acts like a sponge with its networks of pores and channels, and this structure efficiently drains excess water while storing some deeper in the soil, providing sustainable hydration for those plants in the environments and preventing flash floods. Um, Another crucial role of a healthy soil structure is in supporting plant root health. Similar to humans needing air to thrive, plant roots require adequate aeration, and compacted desert sand can suffocate roots, hindering their growth and development. In contrast, a healthy soil structure creates essential air pockets and allowing roots to quote unquote breathe more freely. And this promotes deeper root growth, enabling plants to access more water and nutrients, resulting in stronger and healthier vegetation. Invisible but essential beneficial microbes thrive in healthy soil structures. So forming a bustling metropolis beneath that surface, these microorganisms play a pivotal role in breaking down organic matter, such as your compost, and releasing those nutrients into the plants to be readily used. Additionally, they contribute to disease resistance and overall soil health. Desert winds, known for eroding precious topsoil, are combated by the protective shield of healthier soil structure. So organic matter binds soil particles together, creating a stable foundation that resists that erosion, ensuring the preservation of your valuable nutrients and fostering that long-term sustainability. And it will definitely take more than one season. As you do this over and over, your soil structure will become more and more solid in this desert and arid climate. Overall, by fostering these vital aspects, healthy soil structure becomes the cornerstone of desert transformation, and it helps pave the way for a flourishing landscape, even in the harshest environments. Now, for a minute, let's move away from soil fertility, compost, a versatile friend to any soil, but here's where it gets interesting. Inspired by ancient civilizations in the Amazon, they've adapted biochar. It's charcoal with a twist. Inoculated with beneficial organisms. Biochar absorbs nutrients, retains moisture, and is a permanent addition to the soil. So believe it or not, the same soil that was once a nightmare is now highly fertile thanks to this dedication. While improving soil fertility is biochar's well-known strength, its magic in transforming desert sand goes far beyond that. So let's explore some of its lesser known but equally crucial contributions. One of which we like to call water wizardry. Imagine desert sand transformed into a sponge. Well, biochar's porous structure acts like one, absorbing and retaining precious water molecules. This means your plants get the hydration they need even in arid environments, making establishment and growth much easier. It helps build better soil. Desert sand often lacks the organic matter healthy soil needs, leading to drainage issues and compaction. Biochar comes to the rescue in this essence. It creates space between the sand particles, improving water infiltration and aeration, as well as holding, like we mentioned earlier, holding that water in the soil. This fosters a thriving community of beneficial microbes and earthworms, and further enhancing soil health. And of course, as you can imagine, biochar, it's going to have many nutrients, different minerals needed by the plant. It's a nutrient nanny. Think of biochar as a magnet for nutrients. Its high surface area and negative charge attracts and holds onto essential elements like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And those three things are like magic in a soil structure. So this prevents valuable nutrients from being washed away by the rain or wind and making them readily available for your plants to flourish. So I think with that, this is a good place to stop. I hope you've enjoyed some of the information that we've provided here on how you can help build and champion a thriving bio ecosystem, your own little farm, even in a very arid climate. These points I think you'll find with a little additional outside research on where to source some of these things, like getting some of your biochar. You can actually make some of it yourself. And doing the in-bed or deep in-bed method versus raised beds, and some research on the types of plants that you do want to grow in your farm, you'll be successful. You'll see success right out of the gate. And like I said, it's going to take some time, some effort, and you'll have some learning experiences as you go through this. But you'll find the joy, especially seeing particular plants really just take off and thrive. And if you're like me, you'll catch the bug. You'll want to keep going, keep growing, and becoming more and more sustainable, living off the land. So that's a wrap for our Farm for Life episode today. We do invite you to be part of our off-grid living and homesteading community. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment and share our information with your friends and family. And let's build our community together. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.